going on? Hope you guys are all good. Manchester United through to their first final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I love the ring of that. And I've just been tweeting saying how if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lifts a trophy, I might cry some real actual tears. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, an absolute club legend, a player that tugs on the heartstrings of all Manchester United fans that grown up watching him and loving him. And even if you didn't grow up watching him, you know who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is. You've heard the story, you know the history, you know about that goal in the Nou Camp. But to me, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was so much more than that. I remember when David Beckham was sold by Sir Alex Ferguson and how heartbroken I felt. But before that period when we sold David Beckham and David Beckham was being left out of the team, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was being picked to play on that right-hand side, and he was still contributing goals and assists that we didn't actually miss David Beckham at that point. That's how good Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was. He wasn't just a poacher. He could drop out wide and play there if needed to. He was an intelligent player. And you think about some of the moments that he had with Manchester United fans. You know, that goal in the Nou Camp is an obvious one. The sending off against Newcastle, you know, chasing back, being the last one, that's an obvious one. But one of the moments for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that I think of a lot is when he was out injured for so long. And then he came back from injury. I think it was in 2007, because it was in that white AIG top, the white and gold one. And he scored a goal in front of the Manchester United fans at the Valley, I think it was, against Charlton. And he bowed to the Manchester United fans in the pissing down of rain. And that was a moment that I'll never forget as a Manchester United fan, just loving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it was a moment that summed up his relationship with the fans, the team, the club, etc. And to see this man go from being a fantastic player that helped us win the lot, that had that relationship with the fans and everything else, to see him become Manchester United manager, do this job that he's done so far, build us to where we currently are, it would be absolutely phenomenal. And if you were to top that off with him lifting a trophy, I promise you I will cry. Like, it's going to be mad. So to get past this semi-final was so important, not just because of that, but also for the grand scheme of things. Manchester United haven't got through semi-finals. You know, the last 4, 5, 6 semi-finals we haven't got through. Was it 4 or 5? 4 semi-finals we haven't managed to get through. So to get through this one was another important thing. Today's game wasn't great. Edinson Cavani's finishing, sublime. Edinson Cavani himself, amazing. You know, I thought David De Gea was fantastic. Made some great saves, etc., etc. But it weren't great apart from that. It was a rusty performance. We were all over the place. And I get it. You go 1-0 up when you're 6-2 up already on aggregate, 7-2 up on aggregate. I can understand why you then start to take your foot off the pedal, you know, relax a little bit, start to just not go full speed ahead. I understand it. It makes sense. So I got that. I got why the performance maybe wasn't as good as we expected. And hopefully, moving forward, it will be a lot better than that. I get it though, because we've got... I'm leaving in 5, by the way. If you can want me to wait.
So that's the key to that.
Alright, sweet. But yeah, we got the victory overall on aggregate without having to perform well today. And that was because of the job we did. 6-2 up after the first leg. So delighted with the performance overall over both legs. The first half of the first leg, not great. The second half today, not great. But in those 2 halves in the middle, we got the job done. And that was the most important thing, wasn't it? Getting the job done, getting the result, and making sure we're through into that final. So we managed to do that today. Edinson Cavani showing again why Manchester United need to sign him up permanently for another season. His movement, phenomenal. He could have had 3 or 4 or 5 goals today. I thought the first one where he went to dink the goalkeeper, I think, you know, he could have finished that if he wanted to, but he was going for the sexy one. Another one where he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Again, he went for sheer power. You look at his finish after that, though. fantastic. One with his feet, one with his head, his movement class, and he deserved his goals today, and he deserves goals. He always will. He'll always work himself into a position where he can get goals. That's how good Edinson Cavani is, and he's one of the best strikers I've seen. Playing for. I know it's been a short period, but you look at the way he plays. He's up there with some of the best strikers that have led the line. Obviously, he hasn't done it over a long-term basis and all that, and he's at a certain age where he's not getting any younger. But he's one of the. And you think about since Fergie left, we've signed a couple of strikers. Zlatan and Cavani for free from PSG, cost us fucking zero. They've been two top-notch signings. For all the money that we've spent, two of the players that were the best, we got them for free. So yeah, that was amazing from him today. And he even, I love the bit where he backed up Mason Greenwood, comes steaming in to help out Mason Greenwood. You look around, Mason Greenwood fucks off, leaves him to it. Thinks, yeah, mate, Edinson Cavani can deal with all 3-4 of them lads. I'll just fuck off and get out of it. I was thinking, come on, Mace, man, you gotta back it, bruv. Get steaming in there. Go. You got Cavani coming to back the case. That should make you want to be up for it. But I thought that was quite funny. But look, overall, delighted to be through to the final. Couldn't have cared less about the game today. I just knew we were going through, and I think that's fine. Like, we had to be able to take the foot off the pedal, get through to the final, rest up for the weekend. Now we got 3 games in 6 days or something ridiculous like that. Let's see what can happen. Mike, thank you very much for watching the content and getting involved with the channel. I appreciate your support. Adrian says, mad respect for backing up young Gunwood. Eddie to the rescue says Pereira. And David says Derby Super Cup. It could be an all-English Super Cup. It's not an all-English Europa League final. And that's because Arsenal absolutely blown it. They couldn't get 1 goal at home today against Villarreal to put them through. As a result, Manchester United will meet Villarreal in the final. Unai Emery's men. I think it's a much more difficult task than Arsenal. I wanted to play Villarreal just because I didn't want that possibility of losing to a final to Arsenal there. And I hate things, European finals getting turned into FA Cup games. I don't like that feeling. Now Villarreal could beat us. I've got memories of watching them. United play them over the years and drawing 0-0 at Old Trafford every time. We've drawn 4 times with them 0-0. Remember Rooney clapping in the referee's face over in Spain, and 2 0-0s here at Old Trafford. So hopefully it's not another 0-0. Hopefully it's a game that Manchester United will win. But a very good Villarreal side with a very good coach who's comfortable where he is, who's happy where he is. They defend well. They keep clean sheets. And United today, we looked shaky. By the way, shall I tell you who else looked shaky? Chris Smalling. Oh my God. I know he went off injured, but I told you, the guy's a mess, man. Some people were telling me he should have stayed at Manchester United. Pull the other one. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Bashkar says, happy for Unai. He was not respected at Arsenal at all. Energized show. Hope you guys are doing well, lads. With the super chat says UNITED. United are the team for me. We got Jay popping his head in.
What's happening, mate?
Big shiny head. What's going on?
No, just basking in the fact we're going to Gdansk.
Gdansk. Are we actually going?
I don't know, man. What? But what is it? 2,000 tickets.
And the club have done a deal on some of them, haven't they? For people, so they've paid. I think the packages are supposed to be 389. The club have paid 200, so they're 189. So everyone will be after them now. Yeah, but I mean, it would have been good to be going there, but we know we're not going. Well, we might go to Gdansk. It's going to be hard to
get. Do you know what, though, mate? Do you know what? This is a cracker. I shouldn't even admit this on camera, but I applied,
I want to apply too.
I saw it.
I want to apply.
So I want to. You know what? I'm just going to apply. I filled it in. I was like, yeah. No, I ain't going to get a ticket. Even if I do, I don't even know I can go. But I'm
still in that thing though where.
Suck it.
Have you? Because obviously a lot of people don't know whether they're going to renew their season tickets or not. I'm still like, what the hell do I do?
I've had literally on my WhatsApp different groups about 100 different conversations about this a day, and it's like, do we defer? Do we scrap it? Do we renew? Do we fight from inside in the ground? Do we forget it? Does it send a message if we renew and then
Don't go.
Don't go. Is that a message? Because they're physically empty seats because they can't sell that ticket to someone else. So there's all these different. And listen, me, Mac, I'm like you. I'm not going to judge anyone who either goes, doesn't go.
Well, in 2005, we made a decision to keep going, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately.
I respect the people that did start FC United, and we've had a couple of on the channel and spoke to them. That wasn't for me personally. I was still like, this is my club. I'm staying here and I'm not going anywhere. But I respect those that didn't see it that way. But yeah, it's the same with the season ticket, man. It's a headbang winning because we waited so long to go back in, and now it's like, are we even having it? What are you doing? I'm a bit of a sheep, man.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't. The one thing I've always said is, I can probably do that for a game or two, or like for a month or 2 months. I think I've half said to myself, I'm not going till it's full capacity.
I might just boycott, I'll boycott. I don't know when it's like West Brom and Norwich.
I'll boycott that one. I'll go do the other one. You don't have to come to that. Don't worry, I'll take them ones for the team. Liverpool, I'll take
I'll go there. I'll go and protest in my seat. That's my protest. What's that, the derby? Yeah, I'll protest in the seat. Don't worry, I got
That's the thing as well, it's like, do we even want to go back to games when it's just 10,000 people?
No, my big part of me, I know you're a similar thing to me, a big part of going to the game is seeing friends that I don't see. Otherwise, I meet up with the lads, there's a couple of us who sit together. The protest was the first time I'd seen him in over a year. My good mate Scotty, we do a show together. I've not physically seen him for over a year, and that was the first time. So I miss all that, and that is a big part of my social thing, is go out to see them as mates. So if we're not all going to be together, it's not the same for me. Yes, you're still watching United, you still get to support the team, which is what you're there for, but it's not the same.
It's like no singing, no clapping, stamp your feet if you're happy.
Mate, you know what I mean? And also, I'm at that age anyway, I'm not that old, but I'm like 40s, I'm like, do you know what I mean?
Teetering.
Yeah, it's like, my motivate. I'm not 21 anymore, where, 20 years ago, but like, I'm having this. Like, once it starts getting graft, I'm not there anymore. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not. I'm like, someone else can have my ticket who's gonna be up for it and fight a good fight and sing their hearts out all game. But yeah, it's just a bit of head scratching. I'd rather we didn't have to deal with this. I'd rather we were just talking about football and watching football and enjoying
Talking about
we
football,
we have to, don't we?
We're in a final. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yes.
How's that? How does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is taking us to a European final? Forget that it's not Champions League. It's taking us to a European.
The narrative now is it's Europe.
And if we beat them in the Super Cup, we're undisputed champion of Europe.
Listen, seriously, I'm all for it. If they win the Champions League, we win the Europa League. We've both won a European trophy. That's how it works.
Joe says, let's all laugh at Arsenal with his super chat. But yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer taking us to a final.
It's gonna be emotional, mate. Me and Joe were talking about this on the paddock review, and it's like some of these players like Mason Greenwood had a tough year. Seeing him win something. Bruno's never won anything. How he's never won anything? He's never won a trophy. How he's not done that?
Has he got the attitude like that?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like, how is he not won a trophy? He should have had about 50, and yet he hasn't got one. But seeing Marcus, who's just St. Marcus, see him win it. I know he's won stuff in the past. Harry Maguire's had a tough year. To see him lift it as captain, and Ole, of course, to see him as well. Stockholm, we were there, was emotional for different reasons, of course, of what had gone on in Manchester a couple of days before. But I think this will be, a different type of emotion. But yeah, I'd love to see it, man. You know what I mean? I just would. And the relief for me tonight now is that worst case scenario, lose to Villarreal, I'd be sick and I'd be gutted, but I couldn't have handled losing to Arsenal, mate.
Were you at any of the 0-0s? Do you remember the 0-0 in Spain when we were clapped in the ref's face?
Yeah. Do you know what? It all melds into. I'm sure. Obviously, United played Villarreal.
I have, yeah. Marcos Senna.
I know. Yeah, we were gonna have him, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were, but we bought Agrees instead. I used to love Marcos Senna. He's quality. Was it you that tweeted? Is he still playing for it? Someone tweeted before. Think about my mates on there, but someone tweeted like, is Senna still playing for him? But yeah. It's going to be a bit weird, don't it? Because like a European final with really no fans there.
Shit.
Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking about this about Chelsea yesterday, like with the Europa League. I don't really care too tough about it.
You don't, do you?
No, but I mean, when you hear me out, you'll understand.
Alright, sorry.
Like the Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
They're missing it. Potentially, and City fans potentially missing a Champions League win.
But
that's fucking mad. Like, I can give or take missing the Europa League win. Do you know what I mean? Champions League win. City might be their first ever one.
Let's have it right on, Mac. All them City fans never would have gone anyway. Do you know what? They give it all this, right? They do. I'm sick of his the empty. We call it empty for a reason because it's half empty. Do you remember that season where they played Bayern Munich? They played Bayern Munich like 2 seasons. City played Bayern Munich 4
and
times.
selling tickets to
Four
students.
times, and they were giving away tickets on the forecourt, right? And I remember speaking to City fans and ribbing them, saying, "Look at the state of your club," and they went, "Mate, we played Bayern Munich 4 times in the 2 seasons. We played Sunderland 4 times in a season under Moyes, and every game was a sellout." Do you know what I mean? And that's Sunderland.
And then the coach wanted to go to the Super League.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so don't give me that, because half of them would have watched it at home anyway. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it is obviously tough for him. I've got no sympathy for either Chelsea or City, because they both won the lottery. Anyway, and, you know, whoever's going to win that is going to be buzzing, but yeah, it's going to be weird.
Michael says, I know this is about United, but Ty is still backing Arteta.
Wait, he's like
on DTs, really?
What's that all about? What are you doing that? What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for? Yeah, that is elite.
That is the greatest.
That is the greatest
ever.
It's my second favourite one.
Oh, I know what to.
Forget that.
What's that all about?
What's that all about? God, it's a super chat. I love the fact that he actually thought, because it was a super chat, you can tell he's being sincere, that he had to read it out. So, like, no matter what someone sends him, he has to read it out because they paid £3 or whatever.
Someone just said Joe's been on BT Sport again. What? But ain't that my gig anyway? I used to get.
I put them onto that. They messaged me, so I didn't know you want to do it. Yeah, because I used
to get them calls.
They messaged me, and then. Because Joe likes doing things I've done my bit this week. I was on North West tonight, you probably didn't see it, I was on North West tonight on Monday.
Yes.
But you know the worst thing was? We was at the process, and they said the right side, the process at night, and Sky rang me, and Sky were like, we were in the process, weren't we? We were like right in the middle of it, and like everyone's chanting and things flying around and all that. And the lad I know from Sky's like, can you come on Sky? I was like, listen, I'm in the middle of chanting and swearing and people saying stuff you might not want on air. He's like, don't worry about that. He's like, 'cause he wants to do it live. He's like, don't worry about it, be fine. So he put me through, and like, I can barely hear the woman, but she's trying to make out like, fans on the pitch, it's out of order sort of thing. So I'm having none of it. I was like, listen, they've took the mick out of our club for years. This isn't just about Super League. United fans are doing what we've got to do, you know, Got off the phone, and like, I've not had a signal for a little while before that. I got a phone and I see my dad messaging, going, all these United fans, man, what are they doing? And I thought, oh no, I've just been on Sky sticking up for him.
Yeah. No, we have to, yeah, there was nothing.
But no, I'm with him, mate, you know what. I know some people took it too far on that, but, you know, we've been singing this song for 16 years.
Not many though, really.
And like, listen, I'm not condoning certain things, but come on. Like, there was 18 arrests, Macca, when we played the Scousers in 2011. There was one arrest the other day.
And the poor fucker shouldn't have been arrested.
Yeah.
By the looks.
Mate, and some of the things I've seen from the... I don't want
to get up.
No,
but it's like...
Channel,
people...
I've seen some out of order things there from the coppers.
And yeah, and some people will get on, oh, that one guy, someone threw something at him. But no one talks about the one geezer that got broken ribs and a broken jaw.
Mate, you see him dragged down the mountain like...
For no reason, bro.
And the other kid that was stood there like that, which I kind of admired, because all the coppers were coming and he was like...
I got pushed over?
Yeah, but he got pushed over.
He was doing nothing wrong, actually.
He should have been like, right, okay, he's not doing anything wrong. That's bad policing, that. So yeah, listen, we're fighting a good fight. We were chatting about this on a review, saying, would it be funny if the remaining Premier League games, for whatever reason, didn't go ahead? Right.
Are we in the league?
We get a points deduction, so we don't get Champions League. But then we win the Europa and get it anyway.
I'll be up for that.
I'd take that.
Yeah, because then City don't win the league really, do they? We can always say,
yes,
we would have won those games. Like, you know what I mean? Without that points deduction, you wouldn't have won the league. And then when we beat them in the Super Cup, we'll be undisputed champions of Europe, holding both trophies aloft.
I mean, I'll do that. I'll take an inflatable Premier League trophy with me.
Yes.
What's this guy on about?
Oh,
what's that all about?
What's that all about?
Listen, I'll let you wrap up.
Anyway, thank you, Jay.
Anytime.
Subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to Stretford Paddock. Go check out his review with Joe. We're going to get out of here now, but thank you for tuning in. Love you all.